Today we're going to talk about setting up your nightstand for maximum home court advantage. If you are serious about home defense, if you are serious about preparedness, make sure to smash that like button, destroy it. Hit that subscribe button and comment below. What does your nightstand look like? How is it set up where you can efficiently employ or gather the defensive tools needed for any number of scenarios? Now, much of what you see on the tray here is part of my EDC, from the tops folder to the recycled firefighter wallet and pocket caddy to the Sig Sauer pistols. Additionally, I've switched ProTax. This one is capable of putting out 500 lumens and has a rechargeable battery, or can be run off two CR123A batteries, of which I have tons on hand. If you are going to set this up in an effective manner for you as your effective command station, I like to keep the mind sharp as well, hence the stack of books that I'm currently working on. I'll read a little bit from each usually during the day and then go on to my other things. Some of it's pleasure reading, some of it's informational, but much of what you see before you gives me a major home court advantage from the AR pistol here with a 40-round magazine. And I'm not going to get into all the details on the AR pistol. If you're curious about it, I will talk to you about it in the comments below, but I'm trying to keep this short and sweet. The big takeaways here are have a sling and have a flashlight. For me, the AR pistol is the best option, being the most popular firearm in America. The AR-15 allows a lot of capability for those who obtain one. This will give me the supreme home court advantage should I find myself in a home invasion event or other scenarios, things that we've seen over the last 2 years. Now, 40 rounds should be hopefully more than enough to deal with the very likely minimum 3 on average home invaders, 2 of whom will be armed, and the average self-defense shooting situation is only ended after 3 shots are on target. So if you are in an area where you are limited to capacity, where you are limited on the type of firearms you can acquire, and that's not to get too off topic here, but it really bothers me when people say, oh, they're not coming for your stuff. Well, when there are literally millions and millions of Americans who are not able to access essentially 60-year-old technology, while their government agents in those states have access to these types of things, I find that pretty troubling, to say the least, because you put the citizenry at a disadvantage against the criminal class, and that is despicable. Now, something else that I have acquired, to the left here you can see this shield. It is 3A rated. It is capable of defeating handgun and shotgun fire. Anything beyond that, I just didn't see it being very realistic that everyone in my household, or even me for long periods of time, that it would be comfortable to hold a rifle-rated shield, because this one is already extremely heavy. To the left of the shield, I have a chest carrier, a little rig setup that is capable of holding 3 AR mags, 2 pistol magazines, and a modern semi-auto pistol in a holster on the rig, in addition to a radio. Behind that, I have a 5.11 bag that holds 6 AR mags, an IFAK, and it's ready to rock and roll. Because should I need to employ medical gear in this situation, it will be on hand for life-saving and life preservation, because that's the objective and the goal with all this. The goal with this is to preserve my life and the life of my family. And if you're a person who takes this seriously, having things in a manner that allows you to grab and go, that allows you to get in there and do the work of self-defense and self-preservation, it should be important to you. Now, I know this setup won't work for everyone. Maybe you have small kids, that type of thing. But there are certainly ways you can store things that they are accessible and usable to you depending on your local laws. Again, back to that, laws that give the criminal the advantage. So do your research into that. This setup may not work for you either, depending upon what type of backstop you're dealing with, or if you have or are in an apartment. This also may not work for you. You may need to use a shotgun or go to a pistol, and there are certain types of ammunition you can buy for those that will reduce the likelihood of over-penetration. But again, it puts you at that disadvantage should you face someone wearing body armor. So that's something to account for as you go about selecting and setting up this emergency command center, because that's the way to look at these setups. This is essentially an emergency command center. It allows me to grab and go for any scenario. I'm not having to fumble around or hunt for things or trip over crates or boxes. Everything's nice and neat and organized, and I have my fire extinguisher ready to go as well on the left. I have many more stationed around the house, and it's worth keeping these things on hand in a manner that allows you to gain access to them, again, so people know where they are. Anyway, comment below. What does your emergency command center setup look like? What are you able to equip it with, outfit it with based on your local laws? What do you think of my setup? Any suggestions or changes? Comment below. Thanks for watching.